Client onboarding. So that's a very loaded and important topic for any service outsourcing organization. It has the capacity of quickly eroding the massive trust that the client has put forward and put in you, in your organization, but it also has the capacity and is very capable of forging a long-lasting relationship that would last for years with the clients, and that would be growing alongside you. So when you're performing the onboarding, you need to take into account number of factors and number of themes when it comes to the onboarding and the efficient onboarding at that. Of course, the cost effectiveness. When it comes to the efficiency of the onboarding, the onboarding should be tried, should be verified, should be tested. When it comes to the procedures, when it comes to the models of data exchange, the templates of software that you are using, and the software alignment, you also require the numbers of tried and tested processes and procedures alongside the implementation team. Of course, the clients need to be taken care of. The clients want to feel that they are taken care of from the very inception, from the very beginning of the cooperation. There is no better way than the efficient onboarding process to showcase that the company that you put trust in, that you've had put forward the massive amount of credit in terms of the trust, is capable, is well versed and prepared for the challenges that inadvertently but often just come along and will no doubt come over when it comes to the onboarding. The quick identification of the red flags and the pain points and challenges prior to the appearing is crucial and vital to ensure that the whole process is actually working as intended. So from the very beginning of cooperation, the implementation teams, the onboarding teams, whether it would be technical, subject matter teams or communication teams, should identify and communicate, but of course also try to preemptively address any red flags and pain points that would appear on the horizon. So of course, the well-prepared, well-versed and experienced team in the processes, be it the technical, the subject matter and so on, is crucial when it comes to the ultimate result, being the efficient onboarding and the happy customer that would stay with us and forever. Similar scale, similar sector, similar software, all of these are very useful, and if we are having the implementation team that is having the experience in those, if we're having the implementation team that is knowing exactly as to what would be the client's expectation because they had the similar types of clients, then of course it very much augments and boosts the efficiency of the onboarding process. Of course, nothing is also more important than the planning. The planning stage, from the very first call, very first moment when we are talking with the clients, when we are talking with our prospective clients, our contacts, from the very start of the commercialization process, long before any commencement of the cooperation. The assessment also of the viability of the processes, of the procedures, the efficiency of the onboarding can already start during the proposal preparation. It can already start during the first calls where the BD managers and the business developers would already identify as to what would be the elements that need to be considered during the onboarding process. This, of course, reduces the time burden, the cost effectiveness is increased, of course, and there is just no other way. Strong, candidly open collaboration of the business developers during the process of commercialization, but also the technical teams that would be responsible for assistance with the technical onboarding, and the subject matter teams from the designated units that would be responsible for the client. Regardless of the services that we offer, any of the onboarding processes would start from the very first call, from the very inception of, it's not even cooperation at that stage. However, from the very first touch point, we are already assessing and checking as to what would be the ideal way and how to onboard the client in the most efficient way, both for the client but also for us. With the years of experience, I feel that we are very well prepared when it comes to providing the onboarding experience to the clients which would be having no experience in the process whatsoever, but also for the bigger players that have already moved along the stage and have passed a number of onboarding processes with a number of other providers. So this assessment from the very initial stage on how to make the efficacy of the process viable from both perspectives, ours and the clients, is key. And the alignment between us as the implementators and the implementee as the client is crucial in terms of the ensuring that there is no technical constraints, there is no communication barrier or hindrances, and in the end, ultimately, the client is satisfied with the process, and ourselves, we would be able to increase the overall efficiency and satisfaction internally, which is also quite important.